Hi everyone, welcome to another race analysis video. This is the Veterans Series Teams Series. This is Masters Cat 2. A bit of a different race for me this week. I'm not racing for myself today. I've said at the outset of this series I'm not really interested in riding as the protected rider. I'm really there as the last lead-out guy, and there's a couple of sprint options on the team, any one of which could follow me and come in for the sprint. So my role today is really about just policing the brakes, making sure that nothing too serious gets away, and then trying to be there at the end and lead out a teammate. And of course we'll see how that goes. We're a couple of laps into the race. There were a couple of other grades on the track when we started, and so the first few laps were neutralised effectively while we waited for them to finish. So let's have a bit of a look at what happens. So we're well into the race. One of my teammates has gotten off the front, so I've had a really nice time just policing the front. But now these three riders have tried to jump across, and I'm going to go with them. I've put in a bit of a kick, a bit over 1,000 watts to try to get across to them. I'm not really interested in dropping the field. I just don't want this brake to get away, because if they get across, there's a couple of riders from two different teams who'd be in the brake. And that puts the numbers against us and against my teammate at the front. So all I'm going to do is make sure that I'm on the back of this and just going to keep rolling around without contributing. We're a lap later on. The same two guys have been pulling big turns trying to chase this down, and I'm being the lazy sprinter and just sitting on. And you can see here 276 is beginning to let a gap open up, and I'm going to see what I can get out of him before I try to close anything. I think I give him a bit of a hurry. Come on mate, you can do it. You can get up there. He flicks the elbow and he's clearly popped. He's not following it. And that's what I'm going to jump across. So again, I'm not trying to make this brake succeed. I just don't want anyone to get away without me on the back of it. And the whole field's on our tail at the moment. We're not in a chase group. This is the peloton. And it's just two guys doing an awful lot of work to bring it all back. Eventually though, my teammate does come back and it all comes together for a field sprint. So we're a lap and a half to go. Number 226 up there has kindly pulled me almost all the way to the front, and I've spent the last couple of laps just sitting in the top 5 wheels, making sure nothing goes. At this point I'm looking for my teammates, trying to get them together to lead them out, and unfortunately at this point I've actually got no one around me. What I'd be hoping for at this point was to have at least one of my teammates on my wheel. At that point I'd be getting into second, third wheel, something like that, and then just pulling through every time the pace slowed and every time someone tried to come past. As it is, with no one on my wheel, I'm not going to do any work that I don't have to do. What I'm hoping for is that one of them will make their way up to me, and then I can lead out in the last lap. And unfortunately that doesn't happen. Now number 224 here from Transitions, I don't know what he's doing. He's gone past his what I thought was his lead out guy. There's no one on his wheel except me. He doesn't have a teammate up here at the end, and he's doing this monster turn in the last lap. I can't think of much better. I don't want to be in the wind. It's keeping me near the front. And then the 80X train rolls through on the right. And these guys have done really well on the Super Series at putting together a train for Todd Rolton. So I'm going to hop on the back of this, and somehow or other someone lets me get that wheel. And I'm sitting I'm pretty happy here. I've got a lead-out train ahead of me. It's not my lead-out train, but they've got someone who's working real hard. Black Chrome comes through, and you can hear 80X yelling at them. This guy pulls off, and I've decided that I want to sit in close enough. I'm not going to chase that down myself. And then Big Tom Baxter closes off the line. And this is a good wheel to be on. Baxter's got a phenomenal sprint, and if you can sit in his wheel until the last second, you've got a good shot at it. And you can see here he's doing a whole lot of work trying to close down those guys off the front. I don't know why he is, because it's his teammate up off the front there. But anyway, he's chasing it down. At this point I'm lighting up the afterburners. Unfortunately so does he, and I don't quite have enough road to come around him. He's just got such a phenomenal sprint, and I didn't have the legs in the end to get over him. Anyway, I was aiming to lead out a teammate, and on that count I phenomenally failed, but I did come second. We got a couple of guys in the top 10. We're sitting, I think, second overall in the team's classification, and hopefully next time I'll have a bit more luck at actually having someone in my wheel when I go. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
I'm going to go straight through, mate.